now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Seahawks and the Steelers. All that and more coming up next.
The final two-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. They show run with three tight ends here on first down. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Smith. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Joey Porter Jr. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. He'll take it at the 42. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Needed 13, and with a good spot, they got 13 and a 1st down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. So, Charles, you know, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season, because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, it can really hurt you come playoff time.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator?
Oh,
Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Interesting. I mean, their kicker's fine, but they just opt to be aggressive and go for 2, and they get it.
Does that not remind you of Mike Tomlin of a few seasons ago? Remember that when he started out the season, just this spate of going for 2 all the time and really making people understand, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to come after you. That felt like that Mike Tomlin coaching the team again.
Didn't he do that when they initially moved the extra point back a little bit?
He certainly did. Started to play a little analytics there and also let people know I feel really confident with my offense on the field.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And he now has 8 touchdowns on the season, and I just know this. He's going to be so eager to run routes in this one and try and get to the end zone at least 2 more times. 10 is a key number, really signifies that you've had a big year.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and quickly out wide to Eskridge. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. To the air again, Smith. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A gain there of 21 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing now is Geno. Out right to Smith and Jigba. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Up the middle, here's Walker. He will take this one in for a Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have cut the lead back down to 2. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this is now a 1-point game. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Look and repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And he'll get it out to midfield. He'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. Pickett will look to throw it here. He finds Robinson. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis to this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. We have an injured player out there, and oh boy, that's the quarterback, Kenny Pickett, who's in some pain after that one. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. A first throw for the backup Trubisky. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Well, now they'll try the end around. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Oh, design run for their wideout. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for him to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for him. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Oh, look at this play call. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. George Pickens as time expires in the 1st half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. So they say no to the field goal try late in the half, and it winds up really paying off as they score on the final play.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble, but they had some foresight as well because they knew they were going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So they thought to themselves, if we score here, we can double up on back-to-back drives when we start the 2nd half.
And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, got to be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. And they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game. Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Now Pickett, he's got this to his running back, Harris. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Pickett. Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. We have an injured player out there, and oh boy, that's the quarterback, Kenny Pickett, who's in some pain after that one. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. For a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Gino. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
McKinnon here, it's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. Back now in Seattle, Washington. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Smith. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Delay of game, Austin.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. And they'll go on the ground. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Coming up, we are looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. He hasn't really had a game to remember, but that conversion right there is something to hang his hat on late.
It certainly is. And in these situations, what you're really looking for is the guy who's not worried about his stats, not worried they didn't get 100 yards in a game, but will make that dirty, gritty run that you have to close the game out, as we just saw there.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. And he's going to get him another 1st down here as he's able to dive forward to get as much as he can. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on 1st down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the 1st down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the 1st down because in college football, the clock stops with every 1st down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Trubisky keeps it himself. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line.
Almost want to go Shakespeare here. My kingdom for a yard. Quarterback sneak, nothing doing.
Better be careful. Shakespeare might sue you.
Yeah, he might come get me, right? Good luck with that, Bard.
And now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Smith to throw. To the sideline and incomplete. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's strong.
Tyler Lockett still going inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that interception just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Throwing now is Trubisky. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single